alright. Okay, okay, okay.
Welcome, Pile 1, to your Celtic Cross reading. So let's see what you have to be thankful for. If you have any specific questions that you want answered, go ahead and think about those now. See if we can get some answers for you from the cards. Otherwise, this is a general reading about what are you going to have to look forward to in the coming months ahead. What do you have in your life that you can feel grateful about? What good is coming towards you soon? Let's take a general overall look at any situation in your life to get more depth, clarity, and understanding, and see what the likely outcome is going to be. Spirits, angels, and guides, please be with us now and let us be guided to the most helpful and gratitude-inducing reading possible. Okay, you are introspective, that's why you're here. Coming out in Virgo energy. You're looking to your North Star. Your wish fulfillment, the light at the end of the tunnel. You're leaving things behind that don't serve you so that you can go towards your dreams and your goals and that which serves you, because you've been obsessed. You've been kept up late at night. You have had a lot of negative thoughts to contend with. Something's really worried you and weighed you down mentally. And that is what gets in the way of you being able to really focus on your inner guidance. This negative thought, the negative voice of ego, interferes with your intuition, which ultimately interferes with your path forward. Why is that? Why is that? Regarding option 1, what's going on? Why is that? Because there's been a blockage to your money, to your creative ability. If you're involved in some sort of an art form, there's been a blockage to that. Really feel like, if you're in school hasn't been going that well for you. If it's work hasn't been going that well for you. And that keeps you up, worrying about money. How are you going to be spiritual, creative? How are you going to follow your true path, your true spiritual path, if you don't have money, right? Maybe you feel that you're not making the best of your abilities as a spiritual person, or with regard to your path, even if it's not a spiritual one. Whatever path you've chosen, maybe you feel like you're not making the best of your abilities. Maybe that's because you feel like you lack confidence, or you can't find a way to use your talents. So perhaps you need to develop some new skills to be able to compete in whatever marketplace you're in. Okay. Maybe you don't feel like you're getting the recognition or rewards that you deserve for your efforts. That a plan isn't working out. Perhaps others are interfering with your success. Maybe your partner's not appreciating you the way that you would like. Maybe throughout your life it's been a pattern of people not appreciating your skills. Or that you're doing more at work or at home than the people around you. And this worries you. Okay. And in the past we have, a father figure. Could be in Aries, but doesn't have to be. This is somebody who is authoritative. In general, they like to create win-win situations for people. And yes, they can be controlling and they are dominant, but when they're in the upright, it's usually for the good of everyone. They also have a pretty good sense of humor. So it could represent an older person, either chronologically older or spiritually older, or a father figure from your past. And they are affecting this connection, or it could be a connection. that you hear about. Maybe some of you lost a father or a father figure, but they had an impact on how you see authority and how you see life management and how you think about running things and how things should be done. Oh, we've got Leo energy. I feel like your goals and your ideals are pretty high. You want to conquer your ego. You want to overcome earthly concerns that hold you back. Concerns about money and about other people interfering in your creativity or your processes, projects, work, whatever it is, school that you're working on, focusing on, relationships. You want to take a gentle approach and be at peace and calm. You want to have the courage to face your obstacles, to overcome your anxieties here. Perhaps, this father figure, this emperor energy, is someone that you look to as an example of how to do that, how to have courage in the face of opposition, how to keep your cool under pressure, as the emperor is good at doing. The emperor is wise. And I feel like, there's a part of you that is very wise, that eternal part of you, your soul that keeps your human self, with all its human frailties, under control. You wish to be much stronger than you are now. You wish to own your power and have better self-control and the courage to face some obstacle, to face your anxieties, to face your obstacles, to overcome your problems. In the near future, we've got Earth sign energy with the King of Pentacles. So, in the near future, you might be dealing with a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. If not, this card says that you might be feeling a bit sluggish in the near future. Some delays or obstacles to your material success will continue, but it could be that this is due to your own low energy or insecurity and that you feel stuck, but that you really don't have the drive to get out of a rut. But if this represents an actual person that you know of, this might be somebody who is coarse, not that bright, perhaps underhanded in their dealings. Watch out for this person, especially with regards to your finances, money, and material things. And for others of you, this will be just that you're bored at your job or with the work that you do, but you can't find something better. And again, this sense of sacrificing your true passion for security. Perhaps you feel that your job is in jeopardy, but you really might not like that job anyway. Perhaps you're bored there. And if it's about a relationship, it could be that there is little excitement or romance in the relationship, just stability. Could have become too routine, or the responsibilities might be draining your vitality. Maybe you feel stuck in a relationship for financial reasons, some of you. Right, Spirit. So how is this going to end up? What can you tell us about what option 1 has to look forward to? What option 1 has to be thankful for? What guidance do you have to that effect? What guidance do you have to that effect for option 1? Your approach is going to be that of the Queen of Cups, Queen of Water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody that is looking within into your emotions and loving yourself, okay? Being someone who is artistic and not afraid to express it, someone who is intuitive and uses it, someone who is loving and lovely and nurturing, a nurturing mother figure type person here, creative, fertile, emotionally strong, and with strong emotions. So that's how you're going to face these obstacles that I've described here, and how you're going to move forward with compassion and caring. And this does represent your strong feelings about something. You are urged with this card to use your creativity, And bear in mind that you might be ruled by your heart, not your head, and that you can be sometimes changeable and a bit unreliable, so watch that. But you can earn money, or you will try to be earning money through creative activity. And you'll be moving into a more creatively inspired time at your job as well, perhaps. Creativity is indicated here as a way to solve some of your problems. For those of you involved with someone romantically, this talks about essential and emotional relationship, and that you are the type that opens yourself up to your partner and lavishes them with love. But if that's the case, that you are with someone or romantically attracted to someone, just make sure that you are careful, because you have a tendency to give too much of yourself, and you need to be more discriminating. If you're wanting to have children, that's a good sign for those who want to have children, or who are trying for children. So what's going on in the environment for option 1 regarding what they have to be grateful for, and regarding this reading, please? What's going on in the environment that affects this reading? What's going on in the environment? Somebody may be having a lackadaisical attitude, a little bit too relaxed when they should be using their head a bit more. This could be an air sign energy. This could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Also, in the environment, there might be some sharp words being said, or an argument occurring here with this card in reverse. There will be some indecision or confusion. Perhaps somebody isn't telling you the full truth, or is withholding information. Perhaps you are. If this is someone you know, it might be someone younger than you, or more in a youthful energy, who doesn't say what they really mean, or who lives in their mind instead of in the real world, and who isn't really capable of handling tasks that are put in front of them. Any financial ventures that you might be thinking about doing, make sure that you think those through thoroughly, as this can talk about making a mistake with finances, or with regarding financial investments or ventures. And with regard to your job, again, you're still feeling restless. In your current, there's restlessness around you. If not you feeling restless, then someone in your environment is feeling restless. And they could also be feeling angry or discouraged in the workplace as well. Don't make waves or burn any bridges, though. If you're going to make a change, make sure it's an informed and well thought out change. Someone who could be wanting more freedom and rebelling against someone or something here in your environment. And what do they need to know regarding this spread, please, Spirit? Justice is here. Good karma is on the way. If you're involved in a court battle, you will win it. Could be a marriage occurring, could be a divorce occurring. It depends on your place in the situation, whether or not a divorce is considered a good thing. But that is what you need to know. Okay? But the Justice card represents Libra energy. Could be somebody is a Libra, but it talks about making a decision and finding balance, making things better, or rectification. And it talks about looking to your inner self for guidance, and don't rely solely on human advisors. Deliberate calmly and carefully, weighing the pros and cons. That's what you need to know. You need to take a fair approach to whatever it is that you're facing here. However this reading is resonating or applies to your life, consider all factors before taking action or reaching a decision. Things should proceed smoothly and fairly, as long as you're objective, especially with regards to legal matters. Perhaps, if you're the one that has done someone wrong, it's time to rectify that matter, because it is a card of karma. So it does suggest reaping what you've sown, whether good or bad. But again, since she's upright, I'm assuming, and I'm getting and I'm feeling that this is not bad karma on your behalf. But definitely think about being temperate and fair, I think you will reach an amicable agreement, whether this is talking about legalities, finances, or work. And if you feel that a relationship lacks balance, or someone else has more control in the connection, you're going to want to address that as well. Could be somebody is answering for something that they did wrong, though, if it's regarding a love relationship. So what's the likely outcome for this reading, Spirit? What's the likely outcome for this reading, please? What's the likely outcome for this reading, Spirit, for option 1? What's the likely outcome for this reading for option 1? What is the likely outcome? What do they have to feel thankful for, Spirit? What are you really saying here? What is the likely outcome for option 1? What do they have to be thankful for? Magician in reverse. This is Gemini and Virgo. And the Devil in reverse. That's Capricorn energy. So with those cards being in reverse, what you have to be looking forward to is that you are no longer bound to a situation where you felt manipulated. You are no longer being taken advantage of. You're breaking free from some form of bondage here. So it could have been either of those signs, or someone who possesses Gemini or Virgo or Capricorn in their charts. I feel like there's an end to your self-doubt here, and you're going to be able to see more clearly. I feel like you're going to start developing your skills and knowledge and confidence more. And that maybe you're going to take on a challenge to follow some course that you've chosen. Looks like a spiritual course with the Hermit, but doesn't have to be. It's definitely creative. I'm getting that. Continue strengthening your latent power and wait until the time is right. Could be that, you feel like you need to take a break from your ambitions, and that's okay. Just come back strong to it. But again, I feel like, if anybody's tried to manipulate you money-wise or using underhanded means, if there have been deceptions or power struggles, whether it's at work that you felt that you needed to watch your back, or like you've just felt like you've had to hold your cards close to your chest, or there's been manipulative relationships regarding love relationships, or keeping of secrets, feeling lonely and tired. I feel like that's had you feeling trapped and worry and in anxiety, and that's affected your path forward. But I see with the Death card in reverse that time is ending. With the Death card upright, it talks about feeling bonded in a toxic situation of some kind. And when it is in reverse, it can say the opposite of that. It does say for those of you who are in a toxic relationship, perhaps with this Earth sign in reverse, that quick fixes aren't going to work. This person might be really damaging your self-esteem, making you feel unvalued. They could continue to be deceptive and manipulative. So you're going to want to run. Don't walk away from that person, is what this card is saying. But I feel like for a lot of you that it just means that you are going to be leaving a situation that has been hard on you. And that justice is going to be served in this connection. And in your work and home environments as well. Yeah. So let's get one more card for overall clarity and guidance, please. Then we'll pull a couple of oracle cards. The Three of Cups is here. Talks about getting together with friends, kicking up your heels dancing, having fun, indulging in food and drink, cooperating, enjoying the company of others. Okay? Another card for clarity and guidance, please. Could be doing this with a water sign, but don't have to be. Looks like your celebrations for the holiday season are going to be positive. You might be reconciling with an old friend as well. There might be some passion too on the board with the creative and passionate new beginning of the Ace of Wands. So that's fire sign energy. Could be meeting up with the fire sign as well. Maybe making some steam with water and fire energy here. But overall, if and when a creative, adventurous, or inspirational new opportunity presents itself, then you are guided to take it. It is full of promise for you. I feel like you are ready to express yourself in a new and a better way, more dynamic way. And I feel like you're ready to see new light here. Some of you are getting a new job. And I feel like it's going to be creative, and you're excited. You're going to be excited for it. It says go for it, this card says. I feel like it'll be a more profitable position or venture that you engage in, whether it's something, working from home, working on your own, or working for someone else. And it will allow you to express yourself more passionately. You'll be having your eye on the prize and lots of enthusiasm. This card promises success. And with regards to, a relationship, this can say that a new love is coming in. New love, highly romantic, joyful, and kind, with loyalty, commitment, and a strong sense of purpose. And it could begin, at some sort of an outing, some sort of a celebration with this Three of Cups. So it looks really positive for your overall clarity and guidance here. See if I'm getting anything else here. No, this is friendship and fulfillment for the most part for most of you. New job and or new beginning in a relationship, a good time with friends, coming together, and celebration, good fortune, group effort. Even if you stay at your current job, there'll be plenty of cause to celebrate. And working together with others will bring you better profits. You might be attending a wedding soon, somebody that you know, perhaps a friend. But there's definitely going to be kindred spirits around you here with that Three of Cups. So to wrap up, I'm going to get a Romance Angels card to address your romantic prospects. Spirits, Angels, and Guides for option 1. What does option 1 have to be thankful for regarding love? What does option 1 have to be thankful for regarding love? What does option 1 have to be thankful for? Freeing yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So it is doubling down on the message that you will be freeing yourself from a manipulative, toxic situation where you felt unvalued and mistreated, and that you're going to take back control of your life, and it's going to be very positive. And just trust that this new path away from this toxic situation, for those of you that this is resonating with, will bring a lot of promise and new opportunities into your life with that Ace of Wands as well. And what general advice do you have for option 1, Spirit? What general advice do you have for option 1? What do you want option 1 to know? What do you want option 1 to know? Positive expectations. So, yeah, expect positive things to happen here, option 1. Looking good. Out with the old, in with the new. Better things are coming. Better times are ahead. With this card it says, keep up your hopes, dreams, and affirmations and visualizations and prayers as they will be wonderfully manifested right now. Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle occurs. It says that you have done a lot with regards to manifesting the kind of life that you want. Don't let pessimistic thoughts get you down, okay? And then it says, if you can, go out to your backyard or a park, and being in nature will help you to renew your faith in your goals and your dreams, aspirations. And, just continue doing those positive practices you have been doing. Those will help you to achieve your hopes and your dreams. Release any negativity. And what you can say in affirmation that can be helpful is, I am safe, confident, and secure. I feel joyful about my future. I am safe, confident, and secure. I feel joyful about my future. Thanks for tuning in, option 1. I hope you found value in that reading. I appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. And if you do so, hit the bell notification to receive notifications when I upload a new video. Also, if I didn't say so, hit the like button, please. And leave a comment if you'd like. And I will talk to you next time. Welcome, option 2. Thanks for tuning in. So this is going to be a reading about what you have to look forward to, what you can look forward to being grateful for. And we're going to do it in the form of a Celtic Cross. So we're going to look at you and your current energies, what crosses you, what your hopes, dreams are, and the process to getting to the outcome, okay? So go ahead and think about any questions that you might have so that perhaps they can get answered through this reading. Otherwise, this is going to be a general reading, sort of just addressing what you're going to have to look forward to in the near future. Okay? Spirits, angels, and guides, please be with me for option 2's reading. Let us get accurate and loving guidance. Make it clear. So the first card I'm going to pull is going to represent you and your energies, viewer. Viewer, you're not feeling all that hot right now. Some of you might be a water sign. You might be feeling, don't have to be, but you might be, and you might be feeling that your wishes are not coming true, that your hopes keep getting dashed with this 9 of Cups, the wish fulfillment card in reverse. Perhaps, you've been overindulging, or maybe you have had some success and feel a little bit smug about it. That's what that card can be saying. Perhaps you've experienced a moment where an error that you made was revealed. That could apply for some of you. Take what resonates, forget what doesn't. But maybe you went about attaining some sort of success in sort of a shady way. That's another thing that card can be saying. In some cases, it can show you turning away from the material world and following a more spiritual path. Maybe you're spending a bit too much money and you need to watch out for that. You could be making errors with regard to your money and spending. Maybe you're playing too much at work and you need to get more serious here. Also, be wary of allying yourself with unscrupulous people in the workplace. With regards to love, you could be experiencing, some insensitivity in the relationship. Either you or your partner, maybe somebody is being, how should we say, overly flirtatious when they shouldn't be if you're in a relationship, or maybe just careless here. So this is the energy that you're showing up in. So any of what I just said could apply. If it doesn't apply, perhaps something else in the reading will apply. Remember, I'm reading for thousands of people. Not every part of every reading will resonate, but I am getting that 9 of Cups in reverse energy, sort of frivolousness, and sometimes it talks about an indiscretion or a mistake coming to light. So perhaps there has been an indiscretion or a mistake that's come to light. Some sort of error here that was made. Let's look. What's crossing the Nine of Cups? Spirits, angels, and guides. What's crossing the Nine of Cups here? For option 2. There's an error in communication, which makes sense with Mercury retrograde. This is an air sign energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and with it being in reverse, it can talk about not paying attention again, the sense of being a little bit immature or distracted, not really focusing or paying attention to the things that you should be paying attention to right now. Option 2. That's kind of interesting. You're just partying and having a good time. Already started that celebration of the holiday season, some of you. I feel like you just lack some clarity here or direction in life. Again, it talks about irresponsibility or being impractical or frivolous. Perhaps you could expand your horizons a little bit. Maybe you're being too narrow or rigid with your point of view on something. If this is somebody that you know, it could be someone that's inexperienced or younger than you or is young at heart. And, because of that, their lack of experience, they are at a disadvantage and they make mistakes. So general lack of information or naivety here with regards especially to financial matters. Somebody needs to get their head out of the clouds and not listen to the wrong people regarding their money. And confusion about your career path as well. Perhaps you feel like unequipped, or this person, whoever this person is for you, feels unequipped to handle the demands of a relationship. Maybe you want time for yourself and they're not ready. I feel like this is someone else crossing you, that they're not ready for a serious commitment. And again, this warns that someone isn't being that honest. There's some sort of indiscretion. So somebody, I feel like this air sign energy is being immature, and they did something wrong, and you found out about it, and now you're medicating yourself with spending or food or drink or all of the above or something else. And as a result, you've kind of decided that you were going to behave frivolously as well. Okay? That's what I'm getting so far. Let's look further. What's the past influences of this connection and or situation, and subconscious influences affecting this? The Fool card. So an Aquarius energy could be an Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. They certainly will have these traits because this is the Fool card. And the Fool is someone who often leaps before they look. And as a result, they end up getting hurt or hurting others. So something new was started. Perhaps it was a new relationship and it didn't or isn't going very well because somebody was dishonest and they got found out about their dishonesty. Perhaps at heart, you are just very innocent, trusting, and hopeful. And I feel like you wanted to embark on a new way of life in some regard. So you were and are on some level open to new experiences and discovering, what lies around the bend. Even if you're not sure about your path, you have faith that things are going to turn out well for you. So that's positive. You can be thankful for that. The thankful part of the reading usually starts towards the end, but that's something to be thankful for. I feel like you probably feel out of sync or out of step with the rest of the world, but in a good way. Is there someone showing up who marches to the beat of your own drummer? Or it could be this person here that is, and that's what attracted you to them. They're not very good with money, right? They're not that good with money, but when it comes to starting something new, like a new job or a new business or a new area of study, they usually start off strong and with high hopes. They're an adventurous type. They embrace things with a more open mind. They have a lot to learn. This could be you. This could be representing two people here. But I feel like it's possibly talking about the beginning of a new stage in an existing relationship or a new romance. Perhaps if that's the case, you met somebody and it feels fated, you feel that it's a soulmate, and it says that you have enjoyed a period of openness and excitement with this person, at least until some indiscretion came to light, and the other shoe dropped here. Let's look. For option 2, what are the fears in this connection? And what are the fears in this situation? For option 2, what are the fears in this situation, please? You fear succeeding. That's interesting. Why would you fear succeeding, option 2? I did say that some of you are more spiritually minded. Maybe you're afraid of letting it get to your head, get to your ego. The ego is kind of the opposite of what spiritual people want to embody. Maybe you just don't think that you are deserving of this sort of recognition, success, and victory, this satisfaction here. I feel like, in the past, you have overcome struggles and obstacles. I feel like in the past you were on top. You felt good about yourself and your accomplishments. Maybe some of you overcome an illness. Maybe you got a raise at work. You got a promotion, or you completed some project that got you some deserved recognition. And or were happy in love and in a cooperative relationship. But since this is about what you fear, I feel like maybe if you're seeking a partner, this card can say that you are afraid of never finding your true love, as that's what you really want, a true love. Goals and ideals. Yeah. So with regards to your goals and ideals or things that you objectively know, I feel like you are a fast communicator. I feel like you are a passionate person and you desire adventure, you desire passion and a connection and adventure in your life, whatever area that is. I mean, that would be ideal to you with the Eight of Wands. Fast action, a creative project coming to fruition. Whatever you do is action-oriented, exciting, full of new experiences and urgency. I feel like you feel that you're being catapulted towards something you desire and it makes you afraid. Again, with that fear of success. You do deserve it, option 2. For those that resonates with, that you feel afraid of success or having what you want, you do deserve it. I feel like it's overwhelming to you. Even though you like excitement, it's overwhelming to you at times. Even happy excitement, even inspiration and confidence can overwhelm you. I feel like you want to take some risks and break out, try something new when something no longer serves you. I think you do want some sort of big, some sort of action with regards to increasing your money. You want and do make quick decisions, I feel. Or you want to be the type of person that does. And that you want those decisions to pay off. You want to see you want to win. but you're afraid of winning. And a passionate, exciting romance would be ideal for you. Even like a sudden love affair that sweeps you off your feet into a hasty or fast marriage, you would be cool with that. Part of you would love that. And perhaps that's what you thought you had with this person before you found something out that has you afraid now. So what is their approach? What's option 2's approach going to be, Spirit? Well, I don't know how good that's going to be with the Earth sign king in reverse. That is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Could be in someone's chart, but doesn't have to be. And when he is in reverse, it says that you are going to take your time. So while you ideally would be somebody who is quick to make decisions, quick to take action, you are going to approach it sort of sluggishly or slowly here. That you're going to be met with some obstacles regarding your material success as well. I feel like your insecurity will cause you to have low energy, make you feel stuck, and interfere with your ability to get out of some sort of a rut here. I think that's your way of protecting yourself, slowing down this fast energy with regards to this connection that I'm seeing here. Probably romantic connection for most of you. Wanting to slow that down, even though you want to move it along, you'd like to slow it down, because if this is a person, it could represent somebody has questionable values, to say the least. Someone sort of rough, not the brightest person, to kind of, how do I say this nicely? Takes the low road to get ahead. So you're going to put a kibosh on the spending, I feel. Whether it's because you will go through a period of lack of money, probably after, shopping for the holidays. That's usually why we go through a lack of money this time of year, but this is a timeless reading. So whenever you're guided to watch it, it can still apply to you. Just take what resonates and forget what doesn't. So kibosh on the money spending for whatever reason with regard to work. Perhaps you are sacrificing your passion for security. I feel like saying again. Like some of you have done this, are doing this again. Or feeling insecure at your job. Or having an insecure feeling in general here. I think it might become too routine with regard to love. And you or your person, whoever you're involved with here, that I'm seeing here, might get bored as a result of this really slowed down approach that I'm seeing here. So let's get some environmental factors. What's happening around you? For option 2, what's the environmental factors? What's happening around? The Knight of Pentacles. So not a lot. The Knight of Pentacles upright is slow. And, some people say that he's faster when he is in reverse. So it could be somebody around you is going to make some sort of an offer of communication with you, but for most of you, I feel that stubbornness is going to create some, continued stagnation, delay in this, and that's due to an inability to step out of the box, being too traditional, lacking imagination. So someone around you in your environment is going to be lacking imagination or courage to go after their goals, or to have the success that they really want deep down inside. So if this is an actual person, it may be somebody that's kind of like a stick in the mud here with this earth sign energy. Could be, yeah, with too much focus on material things here in your environment. And it could be somebody that is, again, a bit promiscuous. Use protection there, option 2, for those this is resonating with. This is sort of a different reading, but take what resonates. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Pick another reading if you need to. But for this particular person here, you need to stop and smell the roses a little bit, not be so focused on material things or making money, if that applies, and, you know, work through whatever is holding you back at the workplace. And if you're feeling bored in a relationship, again, with the feeling bored in a relationship here, make some necessary efforts to revive romance instead of just slogging along. And perhaps if there is boredom in the relationship, it's due to it being too based on financial security or otherwise, something like that. I feel like you long for the change, but are afraid to go for it. Didn't I say there was fear here? Even though you've got some really good cards with the upright Fool card talking about a new adventure, and the Victory card in your past position, and the Eight of Wands covering you, talking about your goals and ideals. I feel like your environment is slow and your approach is slow. So what do you need to know? Let's get constructive here, Spirit. What do they need to know for option 2? That was fast. That the obstacles around you, if there is interference from other people, that time is ending here with the Five of Wands in reverse. Upright, that talks about ego battles and competition, but in reverse it's saying that you're adapting to challenging circumstances when this card appears. So that's something to be thankful for. Your ability to adapt. I feel like you need to release, as I said before, some old habits and attitudes that don't serve you anymore, and I think that you're going to. And by doing that, you're going to seek compromise and create a better situation for everybody involved. If you don't compromise, then nobody wins here. So don't get involved with any questionable or risky practices at this time. Be careful who you trust. That's what you need to know. Could be fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be someone that you need to watch out for with that card or have those traits. Don't let stubbornness or unwise investments hurt your finances. And at work, again, more bickering occurs if you don't cooperate. Try to cooperate and avoid backbiting and bickering. Seek the higher ground, hold to your principles, and with regard to love, be open to resolving disputes or problems in a connection. It says that both people in a connection could be being self-centered and selfish, so try to see from the other person's point of view here. That's what you need to know regarding this reading, okay? So what's the likely outcome if energies remain the same going forward, Spirit, for option 2? What's the likely outcome, and what do they have to be grateful for here, thankful for? What's the likely outcome for option 2? What's the likely outcome for option 2, please? Transformation with the Death card. Scorpio energy. The likely outcome that the situation that you're in, if there are things about this situation that resonate with you that you don't particularly like, just know that is ending. There is some major ending that's going to make way for a new beginning. There is a transformation that's going to occur here. That's what's most likely to happen. And that's what the Death card is saying. So, feel, a metamorphosis or a sacrifice, a loss and then a rebirth here. The end of a cycle. So it's okay to mourn the ending of something, whether that be a job, a relationship, or the set of circumstances here. But don't try to desperately hold on to it, because that just causes more trouble. Jobs end, relationships end, all of that, Change can't be avoided. Just know that, new life will follow, okay? So yeah, your attitudes are going to transform with regard to money, it's likely. You could start a new financial endeavor in the more distant future. Remember, it's said to be careful of risky financial endeavors at present and in the near future, but in the distant future there might be a good one that you can partake in that will pay off. And there is a transition predicted in your career path, the job change or a major shift in your work arena. There will be new growth as a result of that for you. And for those of you who are involved with someone or in a connection, your old ways of handling that connection aren't going to work anymore. They're not going to be effective. So you and your partner, you're going to have to change the way that you interact with one another. And sometimes this can mean the end of an unsatisfactory connection. So let's get a couple of cards for overall clarity and guidance, please, Spirit. Let's get a couple of cards for overall clarity and guidance. Get a couple of cards for overall clarity and guidance, please. We've got the Six of Pentacles, so that's something to be grateful for. Equal give and take, balanced giving. Somebody could be giving you a gift. More than likely you will be. This is the time of year for that, right? It also talks about you giving gifts because it is an equal energy exchange. And if you're in a relationship that's imbalanced with regard to give and take, financially or otherwise, then you're guided to make sure that the relationship is balanced and that no one's giving more than the other. What else, Spirit? I feel like you might be going on a trip. Again, going on some sort of an adventure. It could be with the fire sign energy, perhaps a Sagittarius, but doesn't have to be. You'll be embodying some of those traits, sort of footloose, fancy-free, having fun, jovial, happy, amongst friends, loyal, and, yeah, passion as well, passionate. So it could be you're involved with someone where it's going to get passionate for some of you. Looks like some of you, early in the reading, it did show some passion, maybe a little too much passion in a connection here, where you need to be a little more, careful. But do you, okay? No judgment, just saying what the cards are saying. But this does indicate excitement, so you can be thankful for that. Movement, if you're restless, you're going to have some movement here. You could be experiencing some good news regarding money or regarding a connection, because that Six of Coins does talk about money. So, you could be receiving good news about money. You could be feeling more prosperous here. This talks about good times ahead, particularly with regard to material areas. If you go self-employed, it looks promising. Both these cards, this can talk about self-employment or entrepreneurship, perhaps with regard to moving or driving, traveling, something involving that. Maybe some of you are going to be involved in charity work here, and that's going to make you feel better. It's going to help with your transformation, I feel. Being charitable, seeing life through different eyes, getting some experience here. That changes your worldview into a more positive one, creates a win-win situation with this card. And the Chariot is Cancer in reverse, so somebody could be the Cancer sun sign, but it doesn't have to be. So this is overall clarity and guidance, and I feel like it says that whatever you do, if you're getting this new job, promotion, raise, if you are traveling or doing philanthropic endeavors, just keep yourself balanced, okay? Because the Chariot in reverse can talk about imbalance, that things could start to feel like they're happening too fast again, feel out of your control, like maybe you're pulled in different directions here. So that can be stressful. And that old fear about being out of control or things moving too fast that I talked about earlier, that could be reignited in you. It could be, again, that some of you are at a crossroads, so you needing to choose a direction wisely. And you can do that by tuning into your inner guidance, okay? Your inner guidance. The more you tune into your inner guidance, the more in control you're going to be of your life. And most likely the best solution is just to take the middle road with regard to conflict. Not being extreme one way or the other, just going safe in the middle. So So pay attention is what this card is saying, whatever you're doing. And take stress management techniques, do the things that help you to manage your stress. I feel like generally it's very positive, but even positive things, transformations, changes for the better can and do create stress in us. Okay. Some of you might be having more than one love partner. That can be causing you stress, or you will. So just keep that in mind. So let's get a message from the romance angels. Spirits, angels, and guides for option 2. What do they have to be thankful for regarding love? What does option 2 have to be thankful for regarding love? Please and thank you for option 2. That was fast. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So it looks like you're going to be healing some family issues. Option 1 could be through, heart-to-heart conversations. And whatever the case may be, you can be thankful for that. So maybe over the holidays, you're going to have a heart-to-heart conversation that affects healing in your family, and this has a positive impact on your love relationships. And let's get a card from the Healing with the Fairies Oracle so that you could have some advice overall for this reading, Spirit. For option 2, what advice do you have for them about this reading, please? What advice do you have for option 2 about this reading? What advice? Financial flow. Beautiful. So your financial flow is increasing, option 2. And it looks like it's, many of you are getting a new job. There's some sort of transformation occurring here. Regardless of the form that it takes, it looks promising. Let's get an affirmation for you about that. So for financial, does it say freedom or flow? Flow. With this card, it says, you have manifested a new sense of abundance in your life. Any financial blocks have successfully been removed, and you are now in the flow of increased prosperity. Congratulations. Your finances are moving up to a new level. You've been praying for an increased flow and have visualized greater wealth. Your positive thoughts and desires have resulted in a rich vein of abundance coming your way, and the good fortune not only applies to money, but also to increased opportunities in your personal and professional life. Okay, so you're asked to affirm, I graciously accept good into my life right now. I deserve abundance. Didn't I say it felt like you didn't feel that you deserve success, abundance, and victory? You do. An affirmation you can say is, I am financially secure. I am supported abundantly today and every day in my future. Well, that's all I have for you, option 2. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that resonated, and if you liked it, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to those of you who have already subscribed and those of you who've gotten personal readings from me. I do appreciate it, and I'll talk to you next time. Welcome, option 3. Thanks for tuning in. So this is a Celtic Cross spread that I'm doing today to sort of look at what it is that you have to be grateful for. Of course, the Celtic Cross covers a lot of different areas. It shows your current energy, what's crossing you, your past, present, future, your goals, and, a route and path forward, as well as a likely outcome. So let's see what comes out. At the end of the last 2 readings I did, there was plenty for them to be grateful for. So let's see what you have to be grateful for. So if there's a specific question that you have, go ahead and ask it. Maybe it'll come out in the cards. And let's get started. Spirits, angels, and guides, please help give a clear and concise, helpful reading for option 3 regarding all life areas and what they have to be grateful for. What do they have to be grateful for option 3? You might be a Leo or have it in your chart or have that energy, option 3. Got the Leo card in reverse. You might be a little bit over-focused on money, material things that don't have to be. Let's see. You are crossed by things happening too quickly. Maybe you received a communication unexpectedly that has thrown you off your balance. Maybe you're just overwhelmed by excitement or activity or some project that you're working on at home, in romance, or at work. You feel overwhelmed that things are moving too quickly. Just get a couple more cards and then I'll get more into it here. Whoa, I said a couple more cards. Oh boy. For subconscious fears and influences or past foundation, let's get a card please. Regarding this situation for option 3, past foundation, subconscious influences. So subconscious influences. Okay, so it looks like we've got the Sun card in reverse, so it's still talking about feeling happy, feeling okay, just not as happy as you could be because you are stressed with the with this passionate Eight of Wands, which can talk about fast activity, and it can talk about passion, but like I said before, just because something is fun or positive, it can still be stressful, and especially, if there's too much happening at once. But with the Sun card in reverse, this is never really a negative card because it's the Sun card. It's a very positive card. It's just that your self-confidence might be a little bit less than it would be for some reason, for the reason I already said here with this Eight of Wands. And maybe you don't feel that you deserve the respect or attention or success that's offered to you. And this is a similar vibe as to what I was getting for option 2. So maybe go back and watch that pile if you're drawn to. But let's see. You are cautioned with this card not to overextend yourself financially. I know that's hard to do this time of year. We usually want to buy a lot of things and gifts for the holiday season. Maybe you're just somebody that feels like you deserve the best of everything, but your bottom line or your wallet can't handle that. Maybe you need to bring your lifestyle down a notch for some of you who that's resonating with. At work, you could be burning out. Maybe you're overdue for a vacation. Yeah. Maybe you feel cut off from your sense of inspiration, so you need to get back in touch with that. Maybe try to find a way to take a vacation time off or get creative in a way that brings some inspiration back to your life at work. And with regard to love, there's some drama here. Could be a drama queen in your midst, or you might be behaving that way. Maybe there is, a need to deflate an ego here, because that could interfere with your happiness if that's the case. No judgment. That's what that card means. It could be that you're just, overindulging yourself right now in different pleasures and stuff. So don't let these pleasures or superficial factors overshadow, the more meaningful aspects of any relationships that you're involved in right now, is what that card is saying. One of the indulgences that might be wearing you out is sex, just going to say it, because the Eight of Wands can represent a lot of hot, passionate sex. It certainly represents excitement. Could be with a new partner. Might be a little bit of a bad influence for some of you. Maybe that'll apply for one or two of you. But generally this is, again, about a busy period in your life, feeling really catapulted towards something you desire. So maybe you did desire like a sexual relationship and you got it and now it's overwhelming. If not sexual, then passionate relationship or passionate connection of some kind. This, conversely, some of you this card is advising you to take some risks and break out of routine and let go of things that no longer serve you. I feel like there's a lot of sudden opportunities here. You've experienced like some rapid gain in some area, perhaps with regards to money, and maybe you feel a sense of urgency regarding money or finances that require you to make split-second decisions. So be careful with those, because we already saw a tendency to overspend here with that Sun card in reverse. But I feel like, any lack of inspiration, some of you are going to work on that. And so there's going to be a return of inspiration. Um, I think you're really concerned, some of you, with getting your groove back at work or with regard to some sort of project that you're doing. And you're trying to make that happen, that maybe to stressing yourself out about it. Like you're hustling real hard at work or something like that. Could be job-related travel too here. And yeah, with regards again to loves, it's a sudden affair could have happened that swept you off your feet. Could even indicate a hasty marriage for a couple of you, but it's something that swept you off your feet and it's causing you to be a little bit careless, to say the least, okay? That's what the cards are saying here. So if this doesn't resonate, maybe pick a different pile or a different reader or different reading, or come back another day. Otherwise, maybe some other messages in this reading can resonate for you. At the bottom of the deck, or rather the bottom of the spread, we have subconscious fears, or subconscious influences, rather, the foundation of your current situation. And it has to do with this air sign king. This air sign king, a king of swords. It could be an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And so maybe this is the person you're getting passionate with. Could be. And gender is meaningless in tarot, so it could be a female. It's just that they're coming across in this kingly energy, as we all have masculine and feminine in us. But when in reverse, this king can mean mean-spiritedness or biting wit, arrogance, judgmental attitude. So I feel like this is more of like the distant past, somebody that you dealt with that that influenced you. Perhaps, they taught you some bad habits about how to be in the world, because this is sort of a superficial energy. Maybe they've made you feel like you weren't good enough unless you had the latest, gadget or the newest car or whatever the case may be, something like that. But this is, because this is a narrow-minded person when this card shows up in reverse. So if it represents an actual person, it is someone that has a tendency to be cruel or harsh. Could be like, a religious, how do you say it, zealot or a zealot, somebody that's really like zealous about the religious and like preaches fire and brimstone. That might apply for someone. Or like an unscrupulous person at work, maybe they're like a lawyer, as Eric can talk about law. Or just, if not that, then somebody that's fickle or absent-minded or gossipy here. So with this card in the back, I feel like you've felt like in growing up or in your past, you needed to watch your back around someone or some situation if this doesn't represent a person. Because this person was probably unprincipled or had poor judgment with regard to money, or they influenced you. Could have been a harsh boss, I'm getting. Harsh boss. A corrupt organization. If it was a lover, it was somebody who was insensitive, critical, narrow-minded. There were some nasty arguments here with this king. So that's the, subconscious influence of this here. Perhaps why you don't feel like you deserve, any good fortune that's come your way thus far. That even though it looks like, for the most part, things are really moving and you've got a lot of good opportunities going on here. New opportunities, positive energy, but you're showing up in reverse about it. So it's because of this guy, whatever he represents. So let's look further. So let's see. Tell us about the past here, Spirit, with regards to this connection or this situation for option 3. Tell us about the past. This is an Emperor in reverse, controlling, manipulative, harsh. Very similar energy to the King of Swords in reverse. Could be an Aries, but doesn't have to be. Could be in their chart. And I say the signs because if you follow astrology, like I have for 20-something years, then you would, that knowing the signs helps you get a picture of what I'm talking about. So that's what I say it for, in case you were wondering. But this reversed Emperor, this could even just be the energy of being in conflict or, in conflict with an established order. in conflict in an organization, in conflict in a church or at work. That could be this past energy that I'm picking up here that has influenced you. But he represents the more recent past. So it could have, dealing with this energy in your past, this negative energy, could have made you feel indecisive or feel like you weren't being very courageous, that you were lacking confidence here. Maybe you felt like you lost your power, your status to this person or this situation that made you feel very weak and vulnerable. Yeah. Maybe you felt like you always had to defend yourself here. If it was, dealing with a boss or like in a work environment, it could be that you lost your job due to downsizing or being let go, or that you just lacked the energy required to achieve goals in the job because of the negative environment. Feeling pressured to accept responsibilities that you didn't really want to. I feel like, you had to constantly feel like you need to please this person, whoever this person is, to fit their role that they dictated to you. And I think that, you may have taken the reins back yourself here. So, again, if this is, for a love relationship or connection, criticism, controllingness, coldness are all indicated by this card. Some of you it's a lover, some of you it's a boss. Could be both for some of you. You had a love affair with your boss. But it doesn't look like it was very loving, though. It doesn't look like they committed to you, and even, and that was probably a blessing in disguise, because whoever this person is, not a good person. At least not acting like a good person. But what's the difference, really? So, goals and ideals, let's take a look at that. Spirits, angels, and guides for option 3. What is it that they know? What are their goals? That was fast. And ideals. You want to put in the work on something. You want to work on your money. This card's more about being good at your craft than it is about making money for money's sake. It's more about like being inspired on your job and like really taking pride in what you do and being the best and most skilled at it that you can possibly be, being like a craftsman. This is a card about sincerity and determination and focus. So I feel like you know that you are good at what you do and that you are skilled, and your goal is to improve on that. You have high ideals for yourself with regard to whatever it is that you focus on, because you've honed your skills to a high level and you've pursued it with determination, and that you are going to be rewarded for that. I think, maybe you want to land a better paying job or profit from something, who doesn't. And of course you want to be rewarded and recognized on the job as well, and treated with respect, as we see that before you were not. So I feel like you're really immersing yourself in your work to get ahead here, or that you know that you have to. And you could be even gaining some additional skills as well. And if you're involved in a connection, I feel like you really want to work on that connection, or you want someone to work on it with you. And that you in particular are willing to put in necessary effort with regard to any relationship or connection that you're in. You have a mature attitude towards it, a dedicated attitude. Sometimes this card can mean love coming later in life. That could apply for one or two of you here. Maybe you're just more focused on your work and getting things right than being worried about love too much. You're willing to wait for love to come once you get like your craft down the way you want it. So let's see what your approach is here. Spirits, angels, and guides, what's option 3's approach to the spread, to the situation represented by the spread, please? What is their approach? What is option 3's approach, please? Option 3's approach. Interesting approach, option 3. I think you are going to stop stagnating, stop living in your head, you are not going to allow yourself to be stuck between a rock and a hard place anymore. Because you were, or are, more likely you were stuck between a rock and a hard place, okay? And you're not willing to stay in that energy anymore. I feel like you are dealing with some confusion with yourself or someone else. Again, imbalance can cause you the frustration and stress that we saw earlier. And I feel like this card is saying, that you are urged to take action rather than just endlessly analyzing a situation. I feel like you are going to stop endlessly analyzing a situation if you are doing that. And you're going to take a leap of faith because you can't see things clearly. You're not going to have all the answers before you make a decision or take an action. So it will require a leap of faith on your part. With regards to money, you might feel like the solution to your money problems or concerns, we all have some of those, is, you got to choose between two things that you don't want to choose from. Like you don't have very satisfying options with regards to your finances. And perhaps, at work you feel like you don't have enough information, or that you can't trust your colleagues or coworkers. And in love, it can talk about that there's a difference of opinion that's caused stagnation here, the clashing of swords, and that you need to be honest and open, and that's really important right now to get things back in balance so that one person's not wielding more power here if you're still involved with this. Emperor in reverse, or this King of Swords in reverse, then you're going to be wanting to take back your power. So what are the environmental factors option 3 needs to know about, Spirit, regarding the spread? What are the environmental factors for option 3? A new beginning, something that you're creating. You have all the resources that you need. You may have felt left out in the cold or at a loss financially or emotionally, or both here. Could have been, some earth sign that did that, or a Gemini, Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign with that Magician card, but I really feel like that's talking about you manifesting something into your environment that's going to help you get out of this feeling of lack. Because I just said that you feel like you don't know who you can trust in different areas of your life, that you're needing to take back your power. And I feel like that's put you in this sort of worried, disappointed energy, this poverty consciousness, this wanting more than you have, wanting the best of everything but not really having the resources for it. This card says that, don't be too proud to ask if you need help, okay? And again, you're being guided with this card to use your resources wisely and be more aware of your potential, because you've got potential here. So if this isn't talking about you, if this is talking about somebody in your environment, is the position of this card, they're going to be giving off these desperate vibes, or feeling down and out financially. Perhaps some of them will. You might have some spiritual people in your environment who care more about spirituality than money. That could be an indication of this card. And people at work are probably going to be complaining about their bills and feeling strapped for cash. Could be. But beware that work responsibilities could drain your vitality, or a relationship could be draining your energy. And so you're being warned with this card, don't invest more into the connection than you're getting in return, as this can be a card of emotional poverty as well. Or somebody around you might be needed that advice, not to invest more into a relationship than they're getting in return. So a bit of a limitation or unhappiness around you, but I feel really positive with this Magician card here. Magician is all about creation. It can talk about a little bit about trickery or manipulation, but when it's upright, it's generally somebody that's charming. Sometimes it's somebody that puts on, a false front, but that is in the desire. They do that out of the desire to be charming and likable. More I feel this is talking about your hidden power, because this card talks about potential, and this card can talk about hidden power and tapping into that. Mastering unseen forces. I feel like spirit is going to be really around you, or is really around you at this time. And that you're going to be receiving a lot of inner guidance, as that is a spiritual card that talks about mastering unseen forces. Magical ability as well, for those of you that are into that. So you are recommended to get in touch with the spiritual world through, law of attraction, prayer, whatever it is that you're into, however you do that. Oops. And yeah, because by doing that, you're not being all airy fairy. Airy fairy, you're actually manifesting, into your material world when you practice your spiritual practices like manifestation. So you create your reality here, is what this card is saying. And that, again, everything you need is at your fingertips. Your higher power is around you and in your environment, or there's someone in your environment who can help lift you up spiritually and materially. You can attract abundance with this card. You can take command of situations at work if you trust yourself and your inner guidance here. And so if you are seeing someone, there is, a spiritual component to the connection. The person could be a devil or an angel. When I say spiritual, that's a pretty general word, right? Spiritual as in how? Get more specific. But I tease you, okay? Not a devil, hopefully. But a spiritual element or component to a connection that you're involved with or will soon be involved in. Even negative spiritual relationships, aka karmic relationships, have a lot to teach us, and we are meant to learn from those relationships and help set us on our correct path, despite the fact that it is hurtful or that it, doesn't go the way that we want it to go oftentimes. But you are surrounded by spirit, and there is going to be magic around you here in your environment that's going to help you, okay? And you can help others as well, I feel. So that's something to be grateful and thankful for. I see a lot to be thankful for, actually. Keen eye for detail, a sense of mastery, pride in your work, ability to manifest what you're wanting in every life area, being surrounded by spirit, taking more charge of your life. Let's get a likely outcome for option 3, please. Let's get a likely outcome for option 3 regarding the spread. Regarding the spread, let's get a likely option, or a likely outcome for option 3. Likely outcome for option 3. We've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So let's see, Queen of Swords in reverse. That's highly suspect. Queen of Swords in reverse is a harsh, cold character, can be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy here. There is a sense of, feeling limited, so perhaps that 5 of coins was talking about you. We'll get some more information on this. There could be a broken promise or a hope that didn't manifest exactly as you would like it to. There's a threat here that you could... Well, that's a harsh word, but yeah, it's actually the best word. There is a chance, I guess you could say, that you will get the chance to show your stuff in some arena and not rise to the occasion. So, keep that in mind, so that you can put your best foot forward when the time comes with one of these opportunities that we see here. Perhaps you're feeling like, for some of you, you're not getting the chance to show your stuff, or that, you're getting a puny piece of the pie, right? You want more than, again, this ego energy of wanting more than you have. And, it's okay to want more. If you don't have a lot, then obviously you're going to want more. Most people will. So If you end this connection or have ended this connection that we saw here for some of you, that you perhaps can't move beyond that loss, your emotions are interfering with your judgment. So don't let your emotions interfere with your judgment, as that can harm you in life areas here. Yeah. Some of you might be swearing off relationships for a while and isolating yourself. Don't be overly critical or inflexible or cold to someone, okay? Unless they deserve it, right? Unless they've been that way to you. But still, from a spiritual perspective, you're not supposed to ever be cold or cruel to anybody. But I feel like you might be tempted to, or there might be someone in your environment tempted to do that to you. Let's get clarification on the Queen of Swords in reverse, please. Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse here for option 3? What are you telling us? Make it clear. For option 3, why is the Queen of Swords here? Okay, so I guess it depends who you are. Are you the Queen of Swords in reverse, or are you the Queen of Cups upright? Because the Queen of Cups is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Could be in somebody's chart, but doesn't have to be. Are you a more artistic, genteel, lovely, emotional person who looks inside a lot and reads their own emotions and sees the world through sort of an emotional light? It's probably that these are two aspects of the same person, because on the one hand, the Queen of Swords in reverse can mean somebody who is letting their emotions interfere with their life decisions, and they're guided against doing that. And on the other hand, we have this Queen who is naturally emotional, and usually, that's an okay thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being emotional. You just can't let those emotions run you here, because she feels things so strongly, but she's also very intuitive. There's a place for both emotion and intellect and everything. So there's definitely some strong feelings being felt here. This could be two people, an air sign and a water sign, or someone like that of what I've described, or it could be the two aspects of the same person, where you're urged to use your intuition to express your creativity more. So don't let your emotions run you, but use your intuition to make decisions in your life. And you would be better off using your creativity as well. Keep your emotions in check, though. Don't get carried away, especially with the negative emotions, is what these cards are saying. Because this is a generous, lovely person. Could be a mother figure for some of you. But she is also ruled by her heart and not her head, can be changeable and sometimes unreliable. So you channel that energy. You get around any negative repercussions of being that way by channeling that energy into some sort of a creative endeavor, hobby, project, something like that. There's a lot of opportunity to be creative this time of year. So it could be a very creative and inspired time for you. And this card is saying that to be happy, you need to be able to use your imagination on your job as well. Maybe that's the missing component here. And with regards to love, some of you will be experiencing a sensual and emotional relationship, or if you're in one, it'll go through, in the outcome, likely it's going to become more romantic, sensual, and emotional. And you or your partner is going to lavish love on one another. But you do need to be careful, always be careful with this Queen. She's soft, and there's nothing wrong with being soft, except when you have people like this around who want to take advantage of you and abuse you for it. This is also a fortunate card for those of you who are wanting to have children. Okay. I'm going to get one more card for the outcome. Hello. Cooperation. Okay, so if these are two different individuals here, with the similarity of letting their emotions get the better of them at times, the answer is cooperation with this Three of Coins. Cooperation will safeguard your money, as Pentacles talks about money and finances, and with it being upright, it is positive. It also talks about creativity, self-expression, and skill, satisfaction, and reward. So to come into balance here, again, doubling down on the message to, express yourself through creativity, develop your skills. And you can do it in a practical way. It doesn't have to be all airy-fairy or artsy. You can do it in some sort of a practical way. So apply your talents constructively, and it will bring these two opposing, or not opposing, but Well, they are sort of different, but that's because this energy is in reverse. Otherwise, they would be opposing. Bring you guys into cooperation here. Okay. And you could even, perhaps, if you're working with another person, if it's two different people, you can cooperate with that person to create something that's marketable that could potentially bring you in some money here, profit from your work. Okay. I feel like things are on the upswing, though, in the outcome, so you can feel grateful and thankful about that. I feel like this card is saying, well, it actually is saying that contentment and security are yours if you follow the advice that resonates with you from this reading and from the likely outcome, okay? So let's get a card for general overall clarity and guidance for option 3. Let's get a card for general clarity and guidance, or overall clarity and guidance for option 3. One card for option 3, clarity and guidance, please. Anything else? Or have you said what you're going to say? Here we go. Clarity and guidance. Taking charge of a situation, communicating effectively, standing up for yourself with this air sign knight. This air sign knight is good at standing up for himself. Him or herself could be, masculine, feminine. I always say that, but it always bears repeating. So there is some daring, some forthrightness, some single-mindedness here. And watch out for insensitivity from someone. This could be a younger person or someone in a younger energy than you. But I feel like overall what it's saying, since this is the answer was general overall clarity and guidance, that you're passionate about your ideas going forward and overall. And you believe wholeheartedly that your heart is in the right place and that what you want is the right thing, okay? Or you will, okay? So I feel like you're going to be enthusiastic. You're going to express yourself. If there's any doubt about that, expressing yourself, like we talked about in the outcome, with regard to like creatively expressing yourself and or self-expression, this is saying that you're going to do it. That you're going to have a quick mind, keen intellect, true wisdom here. And it can also talk about an urgent message or an unexpected trip. But yeah, you're going to do it. You are going to get back in balance, not let your heart rule your mind. Which is good, because they should work in tandem. One shouldn't have more control over the other. And the intuition should be, the first thing you listen to, okay? The first thing you develop. But that's my opinion. So let's see here. And this talks about spirit or intuition too, coming in fast. For option 3, let's get a romance angels card. What do the romance angels say that option 3 can look forward to or be grateful for, thankful for in their love lives regarding love? What does option 3 have to be thankful for regarding love, please? Option 3. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay? So that's, you're going to have, if you're worried about holiday events or celebrations and how those are going to go, just know that the romance angels are saying that it's going to go fine. You're going to maybe even have a conversation that helps things to get better in any strained connections with regards to family, people that you haven't dealt with in a while, haven't seen or been interacted with in a while. Things are going to be okay. And you'll benefit from forgiving your parents. So let's see, is there anything else I'm missing with that one? Yeah, I feel like, the reason it's important to, heal your feelings for your parents or forgive them is because those early relationships influence your choice of a romantic partner. So if you have a strained relationship with your parents, then you're going to repeat that with by having a strained relationship with the romantic partner. So forgiving is really a self-loving thing to do. It's not just about the other person, okay? It doesn't mean you're saying what they did to you was okay, whether it's family members or parents that need to be forgiven, for those that this resonates with. Just say, I am no longer willing to carry toxic energy within my mind and my body. And so that way you can attract better partners and better relationship patterns and heal emotional wounds. Okay? So let's get an overall card here for advice for option 3. Let's get an overall card of advice for option 3, please. Spirit, what advice do you have for option 3 regarding this spread, please? Move forward fearlessly. Nice. And we did see that in here with him moving forward fearlessly, that Knight of Swords upright. So I'm going to read from the book so I don't forget anything, and also to get you your affirmation. This says you are making a big breakthrough in your life by putting your divinely inspired ideas into action. Trust that you are guided each step of the way. Those gut feelings, dreams, and strong impulses you've been getting aren't just examples of wishful thinking. They represent the germination of new projects and situations that are vehicles for your divine life mission. And don't ignore these gifts from heaven, which come on the wings of repetitive, strong thoughts and feelings. The fairies ask you to honor your inner feelings by taking at least one step today in the direction of making your dreams and desires a reality. Fearlessly take one step to dismantle any part of your life that is out of integrity. Take another step towards realizing your heart's desire. Even a tiny step that is remotely related to improving your life will make you feel that you're soaring. Keep taking one step a day. Soon your dreams will be a reality, and an affirmation that you can say is, I move forward fearlessly, trusting that each step I take is perfectly guided. Well, that's all I have for you, option 3. Thank you for watching. Appreciate that. Hope that was able to help and guide you in some way, and that you found value in the reading. And if you did, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. And if you'd like to subscribe, you can hit the bell notification to receive notifications when I upload a new video. And yeah, let me know if it resonated in the comments section. If you would like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below.